begin with, global food demand is increasing due to rapid population growth. As a result, agriculture plays a key role in ensuring sufficient food production worldwide. However, the agricultural sector faces many challenges including limited land, reduced crop use, pest problem, labour shortage, and most importantly, climate change. To overcome these challenges, farmers rely heavily on synthetic fertilizer and pesticides. While the agrochemical help improve yields, their excessive use has led to serious pollution of air, water, and soil, which negatively affects the ecosystem. This slide will highlight the major impacts of fertilizer use towards the ecosystem. First, natural runoff and aquatic eutrophication. This can occur when a large portion of nitrogen fertilizer is not fully absorbed by plants. This is also known as nutrient overload. These excess nutrients are washed away into lakes, rivers, or oceans and will cause excessive algal growth, reducing oxygen level in water and threaten aquatic life. However, this can lead to another impact of fertilizer use, which is water quality degradation. Excess nutrients can contaminate both underwater and surface water, making water unsafe for drinking and harmful to wildlife. Furthermore, soil ecosystem disruption can occur due to continuous and excessive fertilizer application, since this can alter the soil chemistry, including changes in soil pH, and degrade soil health over time. Next, fertilizer use also can lead to greenhouse gas emissions and air pollution, since fertilizers are a major source of nitrous oxide, a powerful greenhouse gas that contribute to climate change. In addition, gases such as ammonia and nitric oxide that are also released from fertilizer can affect the air quality and lead to atmospheric pollution. Lastly, these environmental changes can affect the ecosystem function and food security. The reason why this happens is due to disruption in ecosystem that can influence plant growth patterns, nutrient cycling, and the survival of animals that depend on clean water and healthy soils. In the long term, this may threaten sustainable food production. That's all for me.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Mili Natasha and I would like to talk about the impact of pesticides on the ecosystem. Firstly, pesticides are chemical used to kill pests that damage crops. However, although they help farmers, pesticides can also harm other living things. Other than that, pesticides can pollute the soil, water, and air. For example, they harm useful insects like bees and butterflies, which they are very important for pollination. In addition, when pesticides wash into rivers and lakes, fish and other animals can be poisoned too. As a result, birds and animals may be affected when they eat contaminated plants or insects. Over time, pesticides disturb the balance of nature. Therefore, they also can reduce biodiversity and weaken food chains. This can lead to long-term damage to the environment and human health. In conclusion, pesticides should be used carefully. Moreover, using safer alternatives is important to protect the ecosystem. That's all from me. Thank you.
For my part, I will talk about environmental threat posed by fertilizer and pesticide. Fertilizer and pesticide pollution pose significant threat to soil, water, air, and both animal and human health. The direct and indirect effect of this agrochemical on ecosystem are well documented. For instance, the accumulation of chemical fertilizer can lead to biological change in agricultural soils. Nutrient and sediment in freshwater ecosystem may alter the magnitude and direction of the ecological impact. Anthropogenic nitrogen and its component can influence the impact of fertilizer and pesticide on the climate change.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Mashaka Balkis. For my part, I will talk about the impact of fertilizers and pesticides on climate change. Fertilizers and pesticides are widely used in agriculture to increase crop production and control pests. However, excessive and improper use of these agrochemicals can cause serious environmental pollution. They not only harm the soil, water, and living organisms, but also contribute to climate change and environmental health problems. The first impact is greenhouse gas emission. Nitrogen fertilizers release nitrous oxide, a greenhouse gas significantly more potent than carbon dioxide. Other than that, fertilizers and pesticides also give an impact to soil and water pollution. Excess fertilizers and pesticides run off into rivers and oceans, causing eutrophication and ecosystem damage. Moving forward to the third impact is loss of biodiversity. Pesticides harm non-target species such as pollinators, disrupting ecological balance. Another impact of fertilizers and pesticides are reduced carbon sequestration. Contaminated soil lost their ability to store carbon effectively. Lastly, fertilizers and pesticides can be a threat to human and environmental health. Long-term exposure poses health risks and undermines environmental sustainability.
Next, I would like to talk about agrochemical pollution, control strategies, and future perception. Agrochemical pollution is increasing worldwide and it causes serious damage to the environment. It pollutes the air, water, and the soil too. And this can affect human health. The excessive use of chemical fertilizer and pesticide is one of the main of this problem. One effective way to control agrochemical pollution is by promoting organic farming. Organic farming uses natural fertilizer such as vermicompost and animal manure, which help improve soil fertility naturally. This method reduces the need for the harmful chemicals and protects the ecosystem. Another important strategy is replacing chemical fertilizer with biofertilizer during crop culturations. Biofertilizers are safer for the environment and help provide nutrients to plants without contaminating soil and the water. In the future, adopting sustainable farming practices like organic farming and biofertilizers can help reduce agrochemical pollution. This will protect the environment and improve human health and ensure sustainable agriculture for future generations.